everybody, welcome back to the lab. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be the start of our handwriting series. So we're going to start off with the letter A. Now the way that I teach handwriting, it might be a little bit different, something you've seen before, or if you have seen it taught this way, then that is fantastic. We're going to learn our handwriting in a multisensory way. It sounds quite complicated, but it's not. All it means is using the senses. So rather than me sit and talk about it, I'm actually going to show you. Watch it first and then encourage your little person to follow along. Okay, see you in a moment. So this is a sheet that I'll be using in all of our handwriting and spelling lessons. Now you heard me use that word multisensory, and all it means when we're doing our writing is that we're going to look at what we're writing, we're going to feel what we're writing as we're writing it, and we're going to hear what we are writing, because a little bit later on I'm going to be getting your young person to say the letter name and the letter sound. But to start with, we need to learn the shape of the letter. And this is what we're going to do. So to learn the shape of the letter, what we're going to do is we're going to trace it, first of all. Then once it's been traced, we're going to copy it. We're then going to cover these two attempts up and write it from memory. And then your little person is going to have a go at closing their eyes and writing that letter. And this will be the same as well when we move on to spelling words. Why do we do this? Well, we all learn in different ways. Some people learn in visual ways, some people learn better by hearing things, and some people learn better by actually seeing it. So what we're doing by learning to write our letters and our words in this way is we're improving our chances of remembering them. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a go at using this to write the letter A. Now please don't worry if you haven't got this. This is available to buy from my PayHip store, and I'll put the link below. It's a printable document, so you can print off as many copies as you want. But if you don't want to buy this, that is fine. You can just use some plain paper, and then as you'll see later, you can use some lined paper. Okay, let's have a go at writing the letter A. And as if by magic, A has just appeared. So this is how we write the print version of the letter A. What does print mean? It just means it's not joined up. Now, if your little person does joined up writing at school, then if you head over to my cursive video on A, because cursive just means joined up, okay? Some schools write in print, others do joined up or cursive handwriting. So I'm going to make videos for each when I teach each letter. So this video is for the print version. Let's get started. So first of all, we trace it. Then we copy it. Now, there's no need to rush this. If your little person is struggling and needs a little bit more practice, get them to copy it a few times. It's better for them to have more practice and feel more confident than to try and rush through these things and for them to feel bombarded. When we've done that, cover it up. I'm going to have a go at writing it from memory. Finally, get them to put their pen or pencil in a start place, close their eyes and have a go at writing it. A lot of times the children that I work with are really impressed with their writing when they do this, and sometimes, not like mine, but sometimes it actually turns out to be neater when they've written it with their eyes closed. So the reason I get them to write it with their eyes closed, as I've said, is so they can feel the shape of that letter or the word when we move on to writing words. Right, what I'm going to do, shuffle this page up, 3, 2, 1, hopefully it's there now. And we're going to have a go at writing it on lines. Now you might be looking at the lines that I'm showing you here and thinking, what's going on with those? Why are some of those shaded in? The reason is that when we write letters, they fall into different zones. We have some letters that are really tall and reach to the top of the line. Now that is the upper zone. We have some letters that sort of reach halfway between the bottom and the top line, which is this shaded area, and that is called the middle zone. And then we have some letters that dip below the line, which is the lower zone. So A is a middle zone letter, so it's going to stay within this grey shaded area. So the first thing we're going to do is have a go at practicing writing it on a line, because so far we've only written it on blank paper. It might be when your young person has a go at doing this that they find it really tricky. If they do, just write it for them and let them trace it. There's no harm in doing that. I always say that I would rather children are confident and have lots of practice rather than feeling overwhelmed and feeling like they can't do it. So give them as much practice as they need. Don't rush them. And also don't make them sit there for hours doing this, because it can feel really overwhelming for them. So if you practice this maybe for a few minutes a day, 5 minutes at the top, in no time you'll probably see a massive impact on their writing and letter formation. So we've had a go at writing it, and now what we're going to do is come back to that idea of using multisensory techniques. This time, what they're going to do when they write it is they are going to say the letter sound and the letter name. And the reason we do that is because it helps them link the sound and the name of the letter to that one symbol. Because this is something that children do get confused with. And it's something that we tend not to explain to them too much as adults. They'll look at the letter A and they'll be like, but that's an A. How can it also be an A? So we're teaching them that it can be both. Okay, here we go. So this is what we do. We're going to get them to write it on the line again. And they're going to say, A is A. A is A. A is A. Now, just a prompt to you grown-ups that are watching, this is really tricky to do. Have a go at doing it yourself and see how it feels. It's quite unusual as we're writing to actually say the sound and the name. So your child may need lots of practice at this. A is A. A is A. A is A. A is A. Now it's their turn to be the teacher, and children love this. Get them to look through their letters that they have written and see which one they think looks the best. I'm going to look through mine. I think I like the look of this one the best, so I'm going to give it a tick. And there we have it. we have just learned to write the letter A in print form using multi-sensory techniques. I hope you've found that useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and drop me a comment below to let me know how they've got on. Okay, I'll see you very soon. Have a fantastic day.